Morning guys, it's Monday morning, it's Bank Holiday Monday, so no work today. What better way to start a Monday than pancakes for breakfast? And these look so nice. I saw the guys at LDNM tweet this recipe, so I thought I've got to try it. And all it is 3 egg whites, some oats like blended into flour, half a banana, and what was the other thing? And then obviously my chocolate protein powder, and that's it. And then I just topped it with peanut butter and banana. It's so simple. I'll leave the link somewhere in the description, and you can try them too, because these look amazing. Oh, and also, because it's Monday morning, it's weigh day. And given the week that we've had, and the fact that it was my birthday and we had a bit of a blowout, which I was expecting to do anyway, like what else would you do on your birthday? I've only actually gained £2, which it's gained, but I'm over the moon with that because it could have been a lot worse. So I'm happy with that, and like I say, I was expecting to gain this week anyway. It's my birthday, like if there's one week that you're going to gain weight, let it be that one. You only get one a year. Okay, so I've just got back from the gym, and I figured while I'm off work, I might as well do like a bit of a today, spend the day showing you what I'm eating, like every little thing. So I showed you my pancakes this morning. Obviously this is easier to do while I'm off work and I'm cooking like fresh meals. So what we've got today is sea bass, pan fried in butter, some couscous, some garden peas, and then just some feta cheese, and that's it. Something light but nice, lean white fish proteins after I've just come back from the gym. I did a lot of cardio. While I was on the bike though, my knee started hurting, so I thought, well, I best come off. But I still had a good workout, still sweat shitloads, so what more can you ask for? So yeah, this is what I'm going to eat now for lunch, and I'll show you guys what I eat a bit later on. Oh, that was beautiful. Absolutely smashed it. So, one thing though is, well, for one, we're eating outside because it's such a nice day, it's beautiful, especially for a bank holiday. But the other thing is, me and Pauline go on the principle that a calorie shared is a calorie halved. So she always sits. What can you see? Where is she? She's just peeking down there. Look, there she is. Yeah. Good girl. That was really nice. I've also got back into, I sort of slacked off a bit and stopped using my fitness pal to keep my calories in track, but I need to start doing that again and carry on watching what I'm eating, because I think I'm eating healthy, but it's just nice to have that reassurance that I'm staying within a calorie goal. Even, I mean, it's good because it shows you like how much fat and shit like that is in it as well, so it's good just to, so you know what you are eating, because sometimes you can eat things that you think are really healthy, but they're not. So I'd advise anybody who's on the similar journey to use that. Morning guys, it's Wednesday and it's 8:10 in the morning. I'm just about to have my overnight oats and my pre-workout, because for some bizarre reason I decided it would be a good idea to book in a personal training session at 9 o'clock this morning. I start work at 12, so yeah, thought it would be a good idea. I'm actually not too tired. Like, I've been going to sleep really, really early. Like yesterday was my first day back at work. Monday night I was in bed by about 9 o'clock. It was ridiculous. I was so tired. I don't know if it's because I still don't feel 100%, you know, from getting over my cold, which I don't know if that's anything to do with it, but last night I was in bed by about 10:30, so getting up this morning at about 7 o'clock hasn't been too much of a struggle. I have to leave in about half an hour, so we're just going to sit. I wanted to eat, obviously, quite a bit early, let that, you know, settle. I didn't want to be working out on too much of a full stomach. How I make my overnight oats, this is generally what I have. So what I'll do is mush up a banana, and then I'll put in my oats, Greek yogurt, some either almond or hazelnut milk, a bit of honey, and my chocolate protein powder, which is why it's obviously brown, which is obviously really good again before I work out, and it makes it really filling as well. I don't quite put in, I put in about half a scoop or something like that, it's not a lot. And then just top it with some walnuts, so plenty of protein in there as well before my workout. And yeah, so I'm going to smash this and then get down to the gym and go work out. Okay, so I've been back from the gym, I've showered, I'm literally just on my way out to work. And there was just something that I wanted to sort of talk about a little bit, because I met a woman at the gym, like she was working out next to me, and she was like working out next to me, and we were like, my trainer saw me like watching her what she was doing, and she was squatting that low. Her ass must have been about that far off the ground, like honestly. And my trainer said to me, she said, you'll be able to do it you'll be able to get that low one day. And I was like, do you know what, like, challenge accepted, like, let's go for it, because I was doing squats and lunges and deadlifts anyway. Let me put my keys down, because they're making a lot of noise. So I decided, yeah, I'm going to try and do it, and I squatted down really low. And she was like, obviously overheard us talking about her, and she came up to me and she basically gave me a bit of a pep talk and told me a bit about her story, and she started off before she, like, bearing in mind, like, she was like really, really in shape. Like, her legs were so nice and toned and muscly, and she like was quite thin, not like stick thin, but she was thin. She looked healthy, and she said to me, she said when she started working out, she was a size 22, and she looked at me and she was like, I was even bigger than you were. She was like, and if I can do it, she says, don't ever think to yourself that you can't do it. She says, your body can do anything that you need it to do. She was like, your body can take it, your mind will always be the first thing to give up if you let it. She was like, you just got to believe in yourself and keep thinking that you can do it, because you will be able to, and you'll get there. And she just like was so inspirational, and it was so nice to talk to her. And I'm just sweating because I'm wearing my jumper, but it was just so motivating, just so nice to hear. Like, I looked at her and thought, well, like, because she said to me, she said basically she started her journey in about August 2015, and then by May this year she'd run a marathon, or an ultra marathon, she said, which I don't know how far that is, but it must be like a marathon. It's fucking far enough, like, do you know what I mean? And she was just proof that you can do it, it's doable. And it's something that I've always struggled with, is I've never been able to, because I've been big, like, the whole, like, as long as I can remember. It's not something I've always struggled to imagine what I'd look like when I've lost the weight. And I say when, because I know I'm going to do it. But I've never actually got to the finishing line. Well, there is no finish line, I suppose. It's something like, the lifestyle is something you've got to keep up forever, but I can't imagine what I'd look like, and to see her and think, well, she was as big as me, if not bigger, and how she looked now, it was so motivating and so inspirational. And I sort of got to a point where I was like in a lot of pain, like in my workout, like my feet were hurting. I had to take my shoes off, and it's like, I never thought, like, I see people working out with no shoes on all the time, and I never really understood it, but I did it today and I felt a lot more comfortable. But anyway, yeah, I was sort of getting to that halfway stage through my workout where I was flaking a little bit and thinking, oh, I've had enough now, you know, but that sort of spurred me on, and it was just so, she was such an inspirational woman, and just the confidence that she had, and it was just, I can't get over how inspiring she was, and I just wanted to share that with you. And it was just so nice to, you know, for her to come and talk to me and sort of give me that bit of a pep talk. It was really nice of her, and yeah, I just wanted to share that story with you before I go to work. On that note, have a happy hump day. behind the back. She won't have seen that pussycat over there. It's Thursday morning. We're out walking Pauline. I showed you a few clips of in the park. It's a lovely morning, but it's fucking freezing. Absolutely freezing this morning. You can tell it's not summer anymore, sadly. It seems to be really cold. Really, like, what's that, mild, like, and it's a bit frosty. It's not even September yet. God, it's so cold. But yeah, up early this morning, walking Pauline, and then go to the garage, get my car sorted, and then go to work. So busy day today. No time for the gym. I'm so sore still from yesterday though. My abs hurt. I didn't even know. You might not be able to see them, but I can feel them, and they are absolutely killing. Getting out of bed this morning was a struggle. So yeah, obviously with me being busy today as well, I knew I wouldn't be going to the gym, so I thought we'll come in for a nice little walk with Pauline. Gets me up, gets me moving, but isn't too strenuous, and you know, I thought it seemed to be a nice way to do a bit of gentle exercise on a rest day. So yeah, let's get home, get kettle on, get warmed up, and then get out to the garage. Morning guys, it's Friday morning, and yesterday was really not a good day. Like I said, I went to the garage and then was going to go to work, and that was my plan. And then I got in the car, got about 5 minutes down the road, had the worst panic attack I think I've ever had in my entire life. So much so that I just pulled over and had to just calm myself down before I could literally like get driving again. So I drove home and just felt like shit for the rest of the day. So obviously we've talked a bit about the whole anxiety, depression thing in a couple of videos before, and that, you know, that aspect is something I know how to deal with myself, the mentality of it all. But when it comes to the physical aspect, obviously that's where sometimes you do have to turn to medication and you know, see if that helps. So I booked an appointment with the doctor today, and disappointingly, it was just a big fat waste of time, and it's frustrating because you hear so much in the news about how the NHS, I mean, I'm not slating the NHS because I think my doctors are just wank in general, to be honest. I don't know if anybody else has any similar problems when they go to see their doctors or nurses or whatever. Be quite interesting for you to leave a comment and let me know what your experiences are, if any. But she made me feel like shit. She made me feel like I was wasting her time, that how I was feeling wasn't important, like I wasn't really sick, like I was just... She just was sarcastic and horrible, and her response was, she just looked at me and was just like, well, I hope you're trying to do something about your weight as well. And I'm like, that's not really what I came here to talk to you about. Like, yes, I know that obviously being big is unhealthy. There's the whole point in me being on this journey. So my answer to her was, yes, of course I'm doing something about it. Keep your bloody nose out, because I've not come here to talk to you about that. So, keep in mind, like, don't patronise me. It made me so angry to think that that's all she was bothered about. And I suppose, yeah, when you think, like, obviously people who are obese lead to heart problems, diabetes, all these things that we all know about. Anybody who's overweight they're not stupid. They know the health implications. But she can sit there, you know, being all skinny and not having a clue what it's actually like to try and lose the weight in the first place, and how hard it can be. She was just so judgmental and horrible. And she made me get weighed, and that was horrible, because, well, it wasn't, because actually I'd not put any weight on, given the fact that I went to the gym not yesterday. I knew I wasn't going to the gym yesterday, so that's fine, but I've not gained any weight over this mad week, and I feel really bloated, and my stomach cramps are just terrible. Hence why I'm sat here clinging on to this for dear life, which isn't actually doing a great deal. But yeah, she was horrible. She was horrible, and she wasn't very helpful at all. And she just said, "Well, you need to try counselling." And I'm like, "Well, I've tried that." Like, and that's what I was saying at the beginning. You know, there's two aspects of it. There's the whole mentality of it and how you deal with your thought processes and your approach to things, your outlook on life, and and calming techniques and methods on how you can relax and all those kind of things. Yes, the your mentality. There's that half of it, but then, like I said at the beginning, there's the whole physical aspect of it. Your physical symptoms that you get. Like when I get anxious, I get stomach cramps. I had headaches yesterday as well, and I felt like shit. Physically felt like shit. So, and it's that whole anxious feeling. I worked myself up that much. I was physically sick yesterday because I was just panicking, and I couldn't catch my breath. And it's that I wanted help with. Like, I didn't need her to sit there and tell me we'll go to counselling, because I've already done that, and that made me feel like a whole world of good better. Because she was just horrible, absolutely horrible, and it upsets me to think that there are people out there who might not be as aware as I am of what I can do to help myself, kind of thing, and be a lot more understanding of where I am mentally, and things like like people who are genuinely really struggling and are don't know who to turn to, and things like that. I'm quite lucky to have a good manager at work who's very understanding of why I haven't felt able to go to work. I've got good friends who will listen. People who don't have that sort of network, who don't have that sort of circle, who will turn to their GP for help. It makes me really sad to think that there must be people out there really, really struggling and get the same response as what I did today. That makes me really, really upset and frustrated to think there must be so many other people out there suffering and getting no help, not the help that they need. Because that's their attitude towards mental health, is just that you're not unwell and that you're wasting their time. That's how I was made to feel, and it's disgusting. Because, in a world nowadays where I think it's like 1 in 3 people suffer. I don't know, I've plucked that figure out of thin air. I'll probably find the more accurate one in a minute. But let's go with 1 in 3 people. Actually, let me find out and I'll let you know. Okay, so in the UK alone, 1 in 4 people will at some point in their life suffer from some sort of mental illness. And you think how many of that 40% of the UK suffer and don't get no help? It makes me really, really sad and really angry. Angry more than upset to think how how many people end up getting worse because they feel like they have nobody to turn to. It's not right. It's not, and it's made me really angry. And in fact, it's actually sort of knocked me back a bit in the fact that I was feeling a little bit better this morning, and was sort of thinking, right, I'll get the panic attacks under control. I'll get on some medication that will help me deal with them, from the physical symptoms of it all. And yeah, she gave me some tablets to help me sort of calm down if I start feeling a bit anxious again. But how she made me feel just sort of, it's pissed me off, and it's just like 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So I feel terrible, and it, like I said, it makes me more angry and worried to think how many people out there who go through what I go through and have gone through what I've been through today, and have basically had the door slammed in your face. it's not acceptable. It's really, really not. And it, you know, all I can suggest is reach out to the people who are closest to you and try and talk to them and try counselling. They're probably the best people. I suppose doctors aren't really trained counsellors, so she probably wouldn't have known what to say, but her attitude was disgusting, and it it's made me really angry. So I'm not going to rant on and rave anymore. I'll give you an update on how I'm feeling a bit later on or something. We'll see. But one thing I'd just like to say is if anybody ever does feel like they need anybody to talk to, just hit me up with a message on Twitter or on Facebook or anything. Oh my god, the rain has just come out of nowhere. Like, I went for a walk because I just wanted to get out and clear my head. And at the time, it felt too hot to go for a run. So I was like, well, I'm going to go drive round to the lake where it's a really nice walk round there. It's about 4k, I think, ish. My god, the rain's just literally come out of nowhere. I thought, I'd pop to... I'm not going to Subway, don't worry. There's a Starbucks next to it. It's like a service station. And I'm going to go and try the new caramel pecan latte. So we're going to go and grab one of them, and what better weather to go and get one in, because it's fucking pissing it down now. So I'm glad I timed that right to come back to my walk, to be honest. So yeah, let's go and grab one of those. Morning! It's Saturday morning. I'm in such a better mood than I was yesterday. Jesus Christ. Oh, I've just been for a run in my usual little bit less than 5k, so about 4.5k. About 45 minutes now we're at, so that's a lie actually, because I did stop it a little bit earlier while I did this vlogging bit. Normally I stop it when I get home, but we'll be home in 2 minutes anyway, so still, I probably could have done a lot better to be fair, but I think I'm about ready for some new shoes, some new trainers, because my feet are in absolute agony, and that generally means you're about ready for some new trainers because they're not supporting your feet. I was advised about every 6 months to get new trainers. How much they cost? Nah. You're talking at least, I think I paid about 70 quid for these, which is probably just a bit over $100. That's probably not quite accurate, but there or thereabouts anyway, and you're not going to do that every 6 months. I don't go running that often. I do wear them a bit more to the gym, but then when I was at the gym whatever day it was, my feet were hurting. But luckily I was doing weights, so my trainer was like, just take your shoes off. I was like, what? No, I did, and I felt a lot better. I don't feel tired. I don't feel out of breath. It was just my legs were aching a little bit, but I pushed through that. It's easier to push through that than being out of breath, which to me says, my legs are fairly strong anyway. I can lift quite a lot of my legs, but it's more the impact, I think, to be honest. But fitness-wise, obviously the fact that I'm puffing and panting now, but you know what I mean, like when you're actually running, I'm not getting a stitch, nothing, so must be getting better. So yeah, we'll see how we do next week. Okay, so it's Sunday. Just got back from shopping and just wanted to show you a few things that I bought. I bought a new PS4 headset, just a cheap one, just to last me until I can get a better one because the other one's broke. I bought this little clutch bag because next weekend I'm going out for drinks. So this is from TK Maxx. Quite a nice little history bag. I'll tell you more about that in the next vlog, what we're actually doing. I bought some new lipstick. So we've got like a peachy, like a nude colour. That's probably the best way to, it's called Velvet Beige, and I've got like a bright red one, Pleasure Me Red. That's the colour of that one. What else did I buy? The rest of the stuff in there can't really show you too much because nobody wants to see shit that's in there. And a few things, belated birthday gifts. This is actually really funny. These are the guys from work got me wine, rosé. That's a good start. So I'll probably take that with me next weekend for like drinks before I actually go out. And don't ask. I don't know. I haven't eaten any of them yet. They smell like Haribo. They smell really nice. And something else which I'm not going to show you, but these might give you a bit of a clue. It's just a bit of an ongoing joke with work because they all think I'm basically it's a bit of a flirt, let's say, at work. So that's a bit of an ongoing joke with that. So I just thought I'd show you a few things that I bought. Treat myself. Cheer me up after the crappy week that I've had. So yeah. I'm going to go out for dinner now with my parents. Again, a bit of a belated birthday celebration. And yeah, I will give you more details on what's happening next weekend in the next vlog. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week.